11 people have put their name forward running to be the next mayor of the city of Thunder Bay. One of those is Ed Hailio. Ed, why did you decide to run?
Government has to change, and if it doesn't change, then there's no future worth living.
What kind of change needs to happen?
Well, people have to understand what government is before anything can change, and until that gets out, there will be no changes of any kind. It'll be the same old like it has been for past few centuries.
What do you mean when you say people need
Okay,
to understand what government is?
If I ask you to tell me or explain to me what government is, what are you going to tell me?
It's the means of running a city, province.
Well, that's what you're told, and that's what we're taught to believe. But if you go back into our human history, you'll find out that government is the whole thing from the beginning to right now is criminal, and it's all it started with royal houses, how they took control of lands and everything else and claimed it as their own personal property. They destroyed every culture they came in contact with, and it just goes on and on. There's too much to talk about here. I can't give it to you in a matter of a couple of minutes, but until this comes out, nobody's going to change anything, and all this talk about jobs is pie in the sky. The world is overpopulated, and where are these jobs going to come from? 100 here, we're going to tear northwestern Ontario apart for gold and diamonds that are worthless because we're forced to believe they have a value, which they don't, because they don't do anything for life. And this is just the way it's going to continue, and until the truth comes out, the people running government aren't even aware of this. We're all taught to believe in this because this came about a few hundred years ago on this side of the world. On the other side, it's been there for thousands. Whatnot, and all you got to do is look at the terrorist groups out there. The Roman Empire, they weren't heroes. The British Empire went around the world destroying everything. The Spain, Portugal, the whole thing's all there. All you got to do is change a few words in our human history, and you'll start to see how it all starts to unravel. Whatnot, and I'm not going to back off on this because I'm not going to sit there and tell people, "Oh, I'm going to be here, to help you get a job and this and that." When it's just all smoke and mirrors.
I guess, Ed, just looking more of a personal level, what can you tell people about yourself?
Me? Nothing. I'm just an ordinary guy. That's all. But I have an interest in our human history and the history of life. And most people, they don't have an interest in it, or they don't appear to have it. That could be because of the way everything is controlled, because people don't want to believe that we're not corrupted, but we are. From the time we're born, we're taught to believe in governments that aren't there for the people. They're there for themselves, and if you don't believe that, ask yourself this. Why are the guns of the police pointed at the people? Why do they have mace? Why do they have this? Why are they starting to set themselves up with armored vehicles to drive around in cities?
I mean, what are some ways that you think that you would be able to do something about that?
I can't change anything. I'm one guy here, and I'm trying to get the truth out. And if everybody in government becomes aware of what government really is, you think they're going to want to keep it going this way? No, they won't. Everybody's got to get in on this. This isn't Thunder Bay I'm talking about. This is global. This is everywhere. Look around the world. Look at the stress. Look how people are just coming apart. Countries are sitting there, austerity this, austerity that, but do the rich ever get austere? You're capitalist. They never pay for anything. They tell you they do, but they never pay for anything, because every penny of wealth in a country comes from the working people. The rest is all just, well, I took it here and I sold that there, blah, blah. They don't make it. You never saw or heard of a king or a queen digging in the ditch or in the ground for gold and diamonds, did you? You've never heard of that. Nobody has. So why do they get to call that wealth? You see, wealth is life. It's food. It's what we need to keep alive. It's not this junk jewelry and everything that every other capitalist wants to wear, to make I look important now, But anyway.
I guess, looking at Thunder Bay specifically, what are some of the things that people in Thunder Bay need?
They need a decent standard of living, which means the capitalists cannot be allowed to control anything anymore, which will bring the price of food down. And do you know how capitalism works?
Supply and demand.
No, it doesn't. It works. That guy over there is a capitalist, I'm a capitalist, and we have a commodity here. You see it happening right now in Canada and the United States. Canada sells aluminum, steel to the United States. And that capitalist over there says to their government, I can make money on this. I'm going to sell that back to them. So they sell it back to us. And this is just the way food and everything bounces around. And now the capitalists are taking total control of food all over the world, and they get to decide now who's going to eat. You might think that sounds nuts, but you give this another 20 years, and everything's going to just fall apart, because this ain't going to last. And that's all I'm trying to do, is to get a platform to say what I have to say, and if people don't want to accept it, well, there's nothing I can do about it.
Do people seem receptive when you talk
They're
to them?
scared of it. They're scared of it because they're scared of the police, they're scared of the military, they're scared of governments. Why the hell are people scared of everything? This is supposed to be our country. Why should we be scared of government or the police? If something happens here with a capitalist system, the police aren't here for you and me. Neither is the military. They were the ones that destroyed everything. And now, because they have to keep control of us, to keep us working, because we are the slaves, they're there to protect the capitalist system of government, which is in control and has been in control from day one. And that's about all I can say on that. Well, there's a lot more, but we ain't got the time.
Ed, thank you for sitting down and sharing your views with me.